have creme brulee or sorbet. That's it. Like that's all I ever want to finish my dinners off with. I want a creme brulee or I want a sorbet or a tiramisu. I'll never turn down a good tiramisu. Realistically, I'm a slut for tiramisu.
Restaurant Punk, what's up?
Restaurant Punk.
Restaurant Punk.
What's up, everybody?
You scared me. How is
everybody? Hello.
You didn't go with the black theme today. Black.
I got black shoes.
Yeah.
Kind of like grayish pants. Whatever. I just want to stand out.
All right. What do we got?
How do you feel about making desserts in-house versus bringing them in?
Okay. First of all,
I
know my strengths. I can cook. I can't bake.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought if you tried, you could. I think anyone could.
It's way too much of a science. Like that's what I hate about desserts. Yeah, I can't bake. I feel like it's way too much of a science. I feel like with cooking, I just love it. You know, like I just put love into it. I figure it out. I feel it. I know what's going to taste good. I know how the flavors are going to work together. With baking, it's like I need you to literally use your fucking razor blade to scrape off this baking powder off the top to have like a precise amount. It's literally like an equation.
Yeah, but if you find a recipe that you like, you just go off the recipe and then you tweak it from there. It's not. I know.
But you can't do that with baking though, because you have to have like exact measurements of certain components that like make it fluffy.
I know what you're saying. Like you need the exact stuff to make the cake or the muffin or the You can obviously add your twist and stuff on that. Like before Cara Restaurant Group, when I was in Philly, every restaurant I ever worked as a line cook or any restaurant I was ever a chef at, we always made our desserts in-house because they're just so profitable.
Yeah.
That's the main thing, like profit. Instead of paying like $4 for something and then selling it for like 10, you can make the same thing for like $1.50.
Yep.
And make the profit off it. But I don't bake. I can make everything from, I'm great with like the sauces, the creams, the custards, all that stuff. But the cake part, the actual dessert part that needs to be filled with it or topped with it or all around it, I don't do.
Yeah. I don't know if people, yes, it is a science. Yes, you have to have the certain proportions, right? But as far as infusing extra flavors and adding into that existing recipe, it's not that hard.
Yeah,
right?
But you got to think of it more so as, let's say you have a small 20-seat restaurant, right? Like one of ours, Petunia. Very small restaurant, right? You get our desserts sometimes. They make their desserts sometimes. But most people, when you have a small kitchen with the restaurant, your real estate in your kitchen is very limited, right? So for a shelf this size right here, you can either hold 12 pre-made desserts or the bag of flour. Then you need the bag of chocolate chips, and you need the baking soda, and then you need the baking powder, then you need the vanilla extracts. You're bringing in basically, and that's another thing, you're bringing in all these ingredients that you need to store and order. That it just...
Those are my joints.
Yeah, no, just listening to our next door neighbors and all those sounds.
Oh, I thought you were laughing at me. I'm well, this is not funny. This is the truth. But sometimes it's just cheaper because sometimes your time is more valuable.
Yeah, because you're paying the person. I mean,
you have to either pay the person to do it or do it yourself.
Okay. There's a reason why I asked. So I work at Petunia, and Ashley almost always has homemade. She makes the tiramisu and the creme brulee in house.
God, I love that creme brulee.
But my point is, I mean, you could just find a recipe and just follow that recipe.
Yeah.
And I've had so many guests, they are full. They're full. They're wrapping their dessert. They're wrapping their entrees. And I asked them, I go, I understand you're full, but do you want to hear about the desserts anyway? And they're like, sure, why not? And the second I say it's made in house, like that's like the selling point. That gets people to order it.
And it's funny.
It really is.
That has to be a selling point nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's wild.
But no, it's very true. Like if I go somewhere and they're like, yeah, we make this in house. I'm like, oh, fuck. Well, I want to try your rendition of it.
Yeah.
You know, like I want to know, like, what do you do different than anybody else? And like, is this exclusively going to be a place that like, I know I can only get this kind of creme brulee here. But no, listen, it's so true. And I just personally, again, I know our strengths. Like even with catering, I'm like, people are like, well, what are your dessert options? I'm like, here are these list of vendors to which you can get dessert. Other than that, like I'll supply you with whatever I can get from Restaurant Depot.
At the same time, not just Restaurant Depot, but bakeries. But the one bakery that we used to order from had great desserts. And they ended up being like, I think it was like $3 a piece. And I'm like, these things look beautiful. I haven't seen them anywhere at the time. Now I see them everywhere.
Yeah, everybody's got the chocolate bomb.
They got big, but I'm like, these are fresh desserts too. Like, just because we don't make them in house doesn't mean they weren't made.
But that's also again how you verbalize it to be like a local bakery or like locally sourced or whatever. Like you gotta. If you're just like, well, we have this, and this, they're like, okay. If you say it's locally sourced and or made in house, I feel like that turns heads completely.
If we were going for like a Michelin star or Zagat Raider or something like that, we have to make all our desserts in house. But for your everyday restaurant, there are plenty of options because not everybody has the time or the patience to make desserts. Or just space.
Yeah, I just think, but too, if you make your own desserts, you can experiment with recipes that aren't something you would normally find from like distributors or that you'd find in a store. So, like for example, she had made it was an olive oil, like what was it? What's that tea? Earl Grey olive oil cake, whatever. Maybe there's lemons in it. I can't remember.
Yeah,
but something different you wouldn't find in most places. And if I were going out and I'm a dessert person, I would be, even if my stomach was about to explode because I ate too much, I would still try the dessert because it's something I wouldn't be able to find somewhere else.
I get that. I completely, I don't disagree with you in the slightest. I just can't do it. I'm also not a huge dessert person, right? So I don't have the creativity of like, oh, let me make like an Earl Grey lavender lemon cake. Sounds fucking divine, but I wouldn't come up with that. I know that I like those flavors, but in my mind, I'm like, I can do that with like cooking, like something savory or whatever. Like I can't do that with something sweet because I'm not a big sweets person.
Yeah. I could see if that you're not into that. I could see
I go somewhere and there's my two desserts. Do you have creme brulee or sorbet? That's it. That's all I ever want to finish my dinners off with. I want a creme brulee or I want a sorbet or a tiramisu. I'll never turn down a good tiramisu. Realistically, I'm a slut for tiramisu, but I will not seek anything else out. Like even that sounds great, but I'm just at the end of dinner. I'm like, I'm not, I guess really until I got pregnant, I'm not craving anything sweet. Like he's the dessert person out of the two of us. Like he loves sweets. I do not. I don't like cakes. I don't like baked goods. I don't like things that are heavy.
Got you.
Chocolatey or this, I am a sour sorbet. I'd rather grab a bag of Sour Patch Kids on the way home and call it a day.
And give me a peanut butter bomb.
Right.
I'll mess that up.
But I think because I'm not well versed in my palate for it, let alone how to do it. But you can give me a recipe and I'll be I know that. We were looking up bruschetta, a fun, different bruschetta kind of burrata salad. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And as I was looking it up, I was it would be really good to make it summery. We should do it with a blueberry. What did you call it? Agrodolce. But baking down blueberries with savory onions and thyme and things and putting that on top of a cold chilled burrata and having I can come up with things like that. Yeah. But you give me a dessert, I'm what the fuck do I do with this?
But at the same time, too, if you have a restaurant and you want to hire a pastry person, maybe you're big enough and you can sell enough desserts to make that feasible, which makes sense. But you got to say, okay, pastry chef can produce tiramisu in a couple hours for 100 people or 150 people. But if you're going to have them 5 days a week for 8-9 hours a day, they got to do something else. So you got to say, okay, they're going to make our desserts. What else are they going to do? Well, you know what? Maybe they should make our breads too. Give them something else to do. Okay, now we have homemade breads and that. Oh, the time's still not filled. Okay, you'll do that 6 hours out of the day. The other 2.5 hours, you're going to work the salad station next to the pastry station to help out. If you can balance, that's what we did in Philly. And that's how we balanced it. It's okay, You want to make 60 grand a year? Okay, no problem. Do your dessert thing. But I don't need that many desserts on the daily.
Of course not, yeah.
So you got to make our breads and you got to work garde-manger and do the salads and cold plates. Cooking.
Which is why I feel like it works out so much for Nick and Ashley, because it's like they're already there. You know what I mean? Like they're going to be there
as
working.
an owner, if you're making it, I was just wondering, just like, with our group, what if you don't need a salaried pastry chef for one restaurant, right?
No, but you can get a salary group chef.
Right.
Which we did try that for like a minute. And
did.
it was
did every restaurant try that? Or was just a couple?
It was just like a couple of us used the same one. And it was just kind of difficult because, again, like not every place wanted to sell the exact same thing. And then it was like they couldn't hop around from kitchen to kitchen to produce because our kitchens.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So then it was like, okay, well, this pastry chef's just working out of this specific kitchen. So then like just divvying up like how to pay them, what to do, like how we were getting like our things in different volumes kind of became difficult. And I think it would make sense if we were like a franchise and we all had the same kind of desserts, but like trying to be like I think all the places that were going through her to get the desserts had such different identities that it all had to be kind of different.
Yeah.
Right.
If we put a pastry chef, let's say, in a warehouse, and we said, okay, you're going to work for 6 months and you're going to make all our stuff for our season. Just make the same dessert. We want 400 of these, 400 of these. This is your weekly thing, and these breads, right? Okay, we'll pay you for 6 months with $4,000 a month. 25, let's say 30,000. We'll pay you 30,000 for 6 months. We need to make the desserts, and then the restaurants would just have to pick from what they have in stock. That would save us a lot of money, I think. That would save us a lot of money. And if we're like every restaurant at 30,000, let's say she spent 10,000 on product for all the desserts, 40,000, let's say 50. Okay, every restaurant, you have to pay $5,000 a year for all your desserts and bread. I think that's a fair thing. But then you have the restaurant with 100 seats paying 5,000 and the restaurant with 20 seats paying that too. So that's
where like I feel like just the payout of it all, the
that sounds complicated.
Distributions of it all, like
it sounds great. It's just the logistics of execution.
Well, because all the restaurants are different sizes. Right?
Yeah, you'd have to charge per dessert, and then that's where it starts getting whatever.
But I do think with a small restaurant, it's worth considering. If you're the owner and you think you want to try, try it. Try to make your own desserts.
Yeah, when
Petunia's small and she makes her desserts.
I made my own desserts at YB when we first started for like a year. Actually, for the first year, I had no desserts. For the first 2 years, no dessert. They got a free shot of
Peter
what I made.
failed Chopped because he couldn't do the dessert portion.
No, they love my dessert the best.
Was it?
Yeah.
I thought that was what got you cut.
No, my first course got me cut in the final round. Yeah. But I made dessert. Like I did Nutella nachos, and I cut up my tortillas that I had and I fried them with cinnamon sugar, made Nutella whipped cream with strawberries and blueberries and stuff. And I sent it out and people just ate them like nachos. That's the kind of desserts I know.
Right.
Tell me to make a 1, 2, 3 cake, which is 3 ingredients.
Right.
I don't know. No, I don't even know what they are.
I know, like when we were looking up desserts for YB or Lost Way this summer, we were like, all right, hear me out. Funnel cake.
I love funnel cake.
And then I wanted to do one thing that one of the restaurants I did, they would do like small little warm chocolate chip cookies with like a little glass of milk that you could like dip. And like you would get like a little basket of things. And then I saw like online someone got cookie dough and they spread it out and they used like a crinkle cut. So they looked like crinkle cut fries, but they were cookies.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh my God, that would be so fun. So we were just looking, like we were looking at churros. Like we were looking at like carnival kind of food, but we were still taking the easy way out. But I'm like, I could make cookies. You know what I mean? Like I know that much and I can make them, but
it would be dangerous.
But it was literally, it was all stoner snacks. That's really all it came down to.
Big sorry guys, we're 86 tonight. I ate them.
No, he would too.
But thanks for bringing up the dessert topic.
Yeah.
That was.
Yeah, shout out Ashley. I mean, she's elite when it comes to desserts, but we know our strengths.
Yeah.
And we will not be better.
And I will still buy my desserts.
All right.
Restaurant Punk.
Ow!
Ow!
Oh, fuck.
Yes.
The small wiener in your belly.
I do have a small wiener in my belly.
Restaurant Punk, what's up?